All right, well, we are, I guess you could say, on the front lines of American democracy, really. I mean, walking down in Washington, D.C., currently on U Street Northwest. Just had dinner and drinks over in the DuPont Circle area. Had my dog. Here she is. Ira, say hi. Ira, say hi. No? Okay. Took the dog to the park, all that. Normal stuff. But the reason why I'm making this video right now is to address people who are maybe not in the United States. Maybe you're not American. Maybe you're living anywhere else. Literally anywhere else is better than here right now. But I'll tell you what, the people at the top who speak for the rest of us do not speak for the rest of us. We are not in any way, shape, or form aligned with any of the garbage pouring out of the White House right now. And the people here in DC, especially the ones that impacted the most, because we don't have states' rights here. We're not a state, so therefore we don't have states' rights. And we also don't have a governor who is the commander-in-chief of the National Guard. The President of the United States is, as I've learned recently, as most of us have learned recently, turns out the President of the United States is, in fact, the commander-in-chief of the DC National Guard, not the mayor. And so he is operating within the letter of the law to occupy the city the way that he is. Now, he's not giving that up. They're not just going to hand back the keys to the city, back to the city. It's not going to happen. And people outside the U.S. need to know that we are fighting like hell. There is a perpetual demonstration somewhere in multiple points in the city at all times. There are groups, grassroots movements are popping up left and right all over the city, covering a wide range of the crimes coming out of the White House, and the human rights violations coming out of the White House, and the corruption, and I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But needless to say, so many organizations, so many different groups, so many different identities, and we're all of the we're all of the same mind. We all want our city back. We want this occupation to end. We want this fascist in the White House gone, and we want to live our fucking lives as we always do, as we have been. The city is perfectly safe. U Street is, I wouldn't call it go so far as to call it the nice part of town, but I mean DuPont Circle, yeah, that's kind of nice. I'm not really sure why. That's the park police. They come around. They have reason to be around here every now and then, but that's perfectly normal. Where was I? You're seeing the United States from the top down. You're hearing about the United States from the top down, from the media, who is, quite frankly, American journalistic integrity is shattered. It is gone. It does not exist. Hold up. The convicted felon calling the shots here does not give a shit about crime. Stop talking about crime like it's a problem. He's a criminal. Stop taking his talking points and running with them as if they have anything to do with anything but his own overinflated, megalomaniac, sociopathic, deranged, mentally unstable man that he is. Man-child, man-baby that he is. And just a pro tip, you are having problems with, say, your Department of Transportation issuing orders to paint over sidewalks because they're too gay, or crosswalks, well, paint around the crosswalks. See that? Paint around them. There's the crosswalk. There's a bike lane, not painted, but the space in between Not a crosswalk, not a bike lane, not a lane of traffic. It is just empty space. And we are within any and all regulations, and we're not painting over crosswalks. So that bullshit about rainbow crosswalks are a safety hazard does not apply because the crosswalks are not painted. Paint around them. So back to this. We need friends. In the United States right now has none. And we deserve that. I mean, frankly, we absolutely deserve to be out here out on our own, all alone in the world, because we have burned every bridge that anybody has ever made with this country. And you know what? That happened in a lot faster than I thought it would, but it happened, and it is. And it's true, we have no friends. But the people here are fighting like hell to hold this guy down back, to hold him accountable, to get him out of the White House. You know he's never leaving. He's not planning on leaving. He ain't leaving. That jackass has no intention. He plans on dying in office, and pray to God that maybe he's alive, dead or alive. You know, we're getting weird things in the White House right now about that. But anyway, the people here need friends. The grassroots movements, the NGOs, the ones that are doing the actual work, and not the ones that are elected. The ones that care, the ones that matter, the ones that actually are impacted by all this bullshit. We need friends. We need help. We need your help. So please pass this message along. Like, share, comment. Tell me where you're coming from, where you're watching this from, and spread the word. The resistance movement is alive. It is the resistance in DC. There is a unimaginably large scale resistance that has emerged as of 2 weeks, and it is we are the resistance, and we are fighting like hell, and we are going to continue to fight like hell. But we need help, we need friends, we need allies, and it comes down to civil society. It comes down to people outside of this dumpster fire of a democracy once we get a handle back on things, and after the storm is over, we're gonna need friends. So that's what this is about. We're still here. We don't look at this situation from the bottom up, not from the top down. That's what I'm saying.